Good morning, gardening friends. This is Travis from Louisville, Kentucky, and this is going to be our part one for our June garden tour. I'll start over here in this newer bed today. Nasturtiums have taken over almost. I think these are the biggest nasturtiums that I have grown. They must really like where they are. And I thought, yeah, we got some blooms coming. I got a couple of new perennials that I just planted and added to the garden. That one there. And a red blanket flower. And I believe the other one is a Coreopsis. This is the white Veronica or Speedwell plant. Looking good. And we have a purple one here. A clump of Russian sage, but the Russian sage isn't in bloom yet. I'd give it a couple more weeks, probably. Sedum, ground cover. Still has some blooms on it. Ajuga, ground cover. Give you a closer look of the blanket flower. More Speedwell there in the back. And this is a rose that I had in a planter, but it was kind of getting too big for the planter. So I replanted it here. It's starting to bloom. And of course I can't remember the name of it. Another clump of Speedwell. Right. Loosestrife is now in bloom. White gooseneck loosestrife. Very pretty. I love white in the garden. Get a closer look. Daylilies are budding. Lamb's ear, still in bloom. Getting really tall. And one of my most favorites here is the spiderwort. Looking very pretty. It's actually more blue in person. This camera makes it look purple, but it's actually true blue. One of my favorite perennials there. That one's called spiderwort. A variegated grass there in the back. I think it's called Miscanthus. Phlox. Hardy hibiscus there. it will get the big saucer size burgundy blooms on it. And some white phlox. I think that one's called David, I think. Some marigolds. Dianthus is still got some blooms on it. Another clump of spiderwort. I'll take you guys around the back side of the flower bed here. This is a new Coreopsis. A new plant there. Rose. I spray painted my allium stalks. I wanted to go with blue, but I didn't have blue spray paint, so I just went with whatever I had. Shasta daisy there. It's the perfect time to take pictures and do this video because it's been raining and it's cloudy. Just makes everything look better on camera. I think the sun sometimes washes all the color out. Another clump of spiderwort. Gotta have it. Clematis there, still blooming. And like I said, the daylilies will be blooming shortly. Please forgive the weeds. But over here we got some morning glory. Heavenly blue. Hollyhocks. And some more morning glories there. I hope they do okay here because it's part sun over here in this location. And more morning glories. I'm going to have them grow up these gate things. Russian sage. Clump of sedum. I just transplanted this rose. It was in a very shaded area, so I thought it could probably use some more sun. We have another daylily here. I think this one's called Stelladora. That's what it looks like anyway. That is beginning to bloom. Weigela shrub. Black-eyed Susans. I can't remember the name of this guy. But it gets the, something bluebeard. It gets blue flowers on it. Weigela. As you guys can see, I think I got over like 25 bags of mulch. And that's all it covered. It was just this one garden bed. Alright, we're going to go over here and walk through this garden. Russian sage. Snow in the summer, alyssum there. And the rudbeckia. Black-eyed Susan. It's beginning to bloom. Some gladius bulbs there have come up. Phlox. Let me back up here. These are the gay flower or gay feather. I'll think of it in a minute. I know Lynn from Wisconsin Garden is gonna kick me for not knowing her favorite flower. I know it, I just having a brain fart. Okay, that was Liatris. Gets the purple blooms on its stalks. I think this is a hydrangea. Anemone there in the back. A Juga ground cover. Now I got this at Tractor Supply, and it said it was a bleeding heart. But I've never seen a bleeding heart with leaves like that. This is bleeding heart here. So I don't know. Don't know what that's going to be. Purple salvia. Another gigantic hydrangea. Black-eyed Susan is, I think, there. Some Coreopsis. A piece of spiderwort back there. Alright. This is our woodland shade garden area. Got Solomon seal there. Coral bells. No, this is the same stuff we went over in the May garden tour. See it still looking okay. I think those hostas there are called Blue Angel. They're more of the blue-green. And then the bright green in front of them. I'm liking the contrast between the two. There it is in bloom. And a hydrangea. I think that one's Fire and Ice. And all the hostas in the front, up by the road, under the dogwood tree, I've dug those up and moved them back here. Because I'm going to get me some new perennials to put up front in that area. I might make a little fairy garden over here eventually. Alright, now we're looking at our green bean plants and our vegetable garden. Got some pretty flowers, little white flowers on them. Mosquitoes are bad right now. Squash on this end, and tomato plants. We got some brandy wine and a cherry tomato variety. Got a pumpkin plant here. And our cucumbers. I'm growing cucumbers in pots this year. And I'll eventually put a trellis on this swing frame. David Austin roses were blooming. We got some more buds here. Just yesterday, before the rain come, we had a nice big bloom there. But we're getting more. David Austin rose. I think this is the obedient plant. Gets the white flowers on it. Another piece there. A lily. More gladiuses. Peony. And a black-eyed Susan. It's either a black-eyed Susan or a actually, I think this one's a coneflower. Yeah. That's what they were. Coneflower. Excuse me. Primrose. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus there. And then the last, newest perennial that I added is Lollipop Verbena. Never seen this one before. Of course it's purple, so I had to get it. I like how it's see-through. Kind of texturing. Lobelia, I think, there in the back. And Joe Pye, looking so good. It'll get pretty tall and get purple flowers on it. More coneflower. Lots of weeds. Salvia there. Spiderwort. This is bee balm. I guess it's doing okay back here. More Joe Pye. Variegated grasses. Alright guys, let's go check out the front. Some garden art there. Here's one of our planters. Blue Victoria Salvia in the back. That is a zinnia, the orange. A licorice plant and some kind of annual there. I forgot the name of the purple. I also put bachelor buttons in here and Heavenly Blue Morning Glory. Let's see, nothing going on here. Something is eating my hollyhocks. This is a Nandina shrub. It's pretty red berries on it. Rose is sharing there, getting big, filling out. Yellow yarrow. Lamb's ear. Roses are coming down. I think their first round of blooms are about done. Besides this rose, this is a drift rose here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's lavender in there. It's the best my lavender has ever looked. Coreopsis. Another pretty pink rose that I forgot the name of. A planter here, it gets mostly shade, not too much sun. That's a sweet potato vine, the burgundy. And a lemon coral sedum in the middle. One of our whiskey barrels. I've got to get more annuals to put in it. But right now, mostly some sweet potato vine, green and burgundy. And lantana, that mushroom out there. Another lantana. A couple of annuals in the wash bin. And hydrangea shrub here, getting ready to pop. It'll have really pretty snowballs on it. Nice clump of Russian sage. Red lobelia. And my little pig planter. This is an annual. Portella or something like that. But most people call it rose moss. Multicolors. Another hydrangea. Peony, which is over it with. And a bright green barberry. Marigold. Crepe myrtle. Very pretty. I love those red tips. Coming around the corner here. Another Nandina. You can see it's forming its flowers and the red berries. Now the berries are poisonous to animals, so just make sure your pets don't get a hold of them. Limelight hydrangea. These will be popping end of next month, or end of June. 1st of July, these will have the white blooms on them. A red rose that I don't remember the name of. But I better get some Sevin dust on it because it looks like something's eating it. Very pretty though. Bright red. These limelight hydrangeas have really filled out. This is just their 2nd year here. One of our porch planters, the purple verbena. An annual I don't know the name of, but it's pretty. And we got marigolds that I need to deadhead. And the blue Victoria Salvia in the middle. Limelight hydrangeas. I do not know what happened to this rose, but one little piece come back. The rest died, but it's a very pretty coral orange rose. I've been trimming up this hedge here, or this wall, whatever you want to call it. All of this was hanging out and over way out here. So I cut it out. That was lots of fun. And this whole area here was just under shade. It was completely covered by all the growth. But this is the area that we took the hostas out of. Hopefully now the Annabelle hydrangeas hopefully they will get more sun. And that's just their 2nd year too. So if you want a fast growing shrub, definitely go with hydrangeas. Also burning bushes, fire bushes, they grow fast. On the outside here, just like along the front, we have the sedum and the blue Victoria Salvia that come back from last year. This is a false indigo plant. It'll have blue flowers on it. A new shrub that I just planted a couple weeks ago. This is a potentilla. And this will get bright yellow flowers on it. Pretty clump of the salvia. So this is the area again that I'm going to be getting new perennials. Not sure what I'm going to do. But now hopefully it'll get more sun in here and I'll be able to plant some things. Sedum in this planter. Nasturtiums. Petunias and marigolds. This is just a base of a old fountain that once was. Okay, on the arbor, we've got white moonflower vine, which will bloom in the evening if it ever takes off. So yeah, they'll open up, the blooms will open up in the evening and close during the day. Clematis. Knockout roses looking a little rough from the rain. Got sage in there, Russian sage. And sedum. Gotta get in here and weed and put some mulch down. Just continuing, you know, with the Russian sage, the sedum, blue Victoria salvia. We've got barberry bush. Nice clump of the sedum. Blue Victoria salvia. Spirea shrub. Still blooming. I like to repeat a lot here in the front landscape versus the back where it's just all wild, a bunch of different everything. Cottage garden is what I like the most. Just a mix. Marigold looking really good in there. Speaking of marigolds, I've still got to get my orange marigolds to put along the edge like I did last year. Very nice barberry back here. This one's probably filled out the most. Very pretty color. See how that color pops off the spirea? Catmint. Walker's Low. This is the same catmint that we have over there. Very pretty blue.